Hello and welcome back to Alyena's Kitchen, where today I'm going to be making a delicious blueberry lemon cheesecake with a blueberry sauce on top. And it's so perfect for Easter around the corner, or if you're just cooped up in the house and want some cheesecake. So let's get started. To start with making my cheesecake, I have my graham cracker crust. So today I have 2 1/4 cups of round up graham crackers like so, and this took me about 2 1/2–3 packages to make. And I love graham cracker crust because they're super easy to make. And I'm just going to be adding in 10 tablespoons of melted butter. It's a cold day too, so it started to get hard again. And I'm just going to pour this in. I'm also going to add in 3 tablespoons of granulated sugar. One of my favorite things about graham cracker crust is they are so easy to make. So I'm just going to mix this all together until all the butter is combined. And at this point, I've also preheated my oven to 325 degrees, as well as buttered my pan and put a little parchment paper on the bottom. Now that my mixture is nice and crumbly like so, I'm going to add it to my pan, and I also recommend having a taste test at this time because it's very enjoyable. So I'm just going to add this in, and I find the best way to press this down into the pan is to actually use a measuring cup because it has a nice flat surface. So I'm just gonna stir this around, and I'm gonna press it so it comes up all the sides of the pan as well. So once your graham cracker crust is in position like so, you want to make sure that it's completely sealed, because while you're baking it, you really don't want any of your cheesecake mixture leaking out. That'd be a real bummer. So now I'm going to pop this in my oven at 325 degrees for 10 minutes. See you in a minute. Now I have all of my cream cheese in my blender, and I'm starting to make my cheesecake. So today I have 3 blocks of cream cheese, or 24 ounces, and I'm just going to slowly beat this together along with my sugar. And I have 1 cup of granulated sugar, as well as 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. Now that I've beat together my cream cheese, I'm going to add in my sour cream, and I have a 3/4 cup of sour cream, as well as 6 tablespoons of freshly squeezed lemon juice, and 2 tablespoons of lemon zest. It smells so good. And now I'm just going to continue to beat this together at a low speed until everything's combined. Now I'm going to be adding in my eggs, and today I have 3 whole eggs, and I'm going to be adding them in while my blender is going at a low speed. So let's do that. Now I'm going to add in my almost last ingredient. I have 2 egg yolks. So while it's mixing, I'm just gonna pour these in. Now my final step is to fold in my blueberries, and today I have 1.5 cups. I'm using frozen, but you can use fresh as well. So now that I've gently folded in my blueberries, I'm just going to pour it into my crust. Oh, this is heavy. Now I've lowered my oven temperature to 300 degrees, and I'm going to bake my cheesecake for 1 hour and 10 minutes. And once it's finished baking, I'm actually going to turn off my oven and let it sit in the warm oven for 30 minutes longer. And then I'm going to open the door of my oven and let it sit another 30 minutes. So this is going to be quite the long bake, but it's really important because it's really good to slow bake your cheesecakes. So that's what I'm going to go do. Very carefully. Now while my cake is cooling, I'm going to start on my blueberry syrup. So what I have is 3 teaspoons of water, which I'm just going to add into my saucepan over medium heat. And I'm also going to be adding in a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar, as well as 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. continue stirring this and cooking this until my sugar starts to dissolve. Now that my mixture is nice and warm and the sugar has dissolved fully, I can add in my blueberries, and I am still using frozen blueberries, and I have 2 cups. Stir the blueberries until they are coated in the sugar mixture, but stir them gently because you don't want them to pop. Keep cooking them until they start to release their juices and soften. Then remove them from the heat when the juice has started to thicken. Once the cake is cooled in the fridge for several hours, take a knife around the sides to ensure it's not sticking, and then you can remove the sides from the springform pan. Set the cheesecake on your favorite plate and start to add the blueberry topping. This blueberry cheesecake is so delicious, it's hard to stop eating it once you start. Welcome back, and here we have our beautiful finished blueberry lemon cheesecake, and I've let this chill in the fridge for about 2-ish hours, but you can go up to 8 hours or overnight, and you can probably tell because it's now dark outside. But the best part is here, getting to actually taste it. So here I go. Wow, that looks absolutely delicious. So good and creamy. The blueberries are so light and refreshing, and the lemon, who doesn't love a graham cracker crust? This cake is so delicious. I really hope you try it and let me know what you think in the comments down below. And I hope everyone is being healthy and safe out there. And I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching and have a good night.